Oh. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Oh dear. That's not good. That's 300,000 cave points down the drain. Whoops. Good afternoon, Chikigiki. Welcome in. NCR. Resubscribing for 20 months while I was away making some tea. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Enjoy the emotes. I still need more. Every time someone resubscribes, I'm like, man, need more emotes. I got no ideas though. I got nothing. Made Old Man Batsy semi-recently. Happy with it. Love it. But I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I was just listening to the first Talent Talk VOD on YouTube. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks so much. I don't know if anyone actually listens to them, but I upload them for posterity. Posterity? Prosperity? For the memories. And also because Mel isn't around for every stream, and she likes the option to listen to streams after the fact. So, really, if you like your VODs on YouTube, thank Mel. Really, she's the reason why I do it. But hello, Robson. Hello, NCR. How are you both doing? Melanoir. Hello. It's good to have you here as well. Good day, Sir Bats. Hello. Emotes are top tier, to be fair. Poppin' Batsy is one of the emotes that was made on a whim by Bunny. For some event. It might have been my birthday, or I was sick and she wanted to cheer me up. So she made Popping Batsy, and I was like, that's incredible. Let's make it an emote. So we did. Posterity. That's the word. That's the word. Can you tell that I have only recently woken up from a nap? Yep. I set an alarm for 6 minutes to 8. I hit it, and then I hit snooze. And then I woke up a few minutes later after blinking. And it was like 10 past 8, and I was like, I should get up and get ready for the stream. Sleepy boy. Sleepy Batsy. So I miss some. So having them on YouTube's nice. Yeah, for Mel's influence. Mel is a good influence. Certainly. Pretty good, actually. Finished up some of my Warhammer minis, and I'm extremely happy with the results. Well done. Warhammer is one of those things that I like listening to people's stories about. And I'm very interested, and I ask questions. But then they're like, oh man, you should get into it. And I go, no. No, never. But hearing about it is lovely. Yeah, the stories that people tell. Snooze button is always responsible. It is. And irresponsible at the same time. I don't know how it can be both things at once, but it is. It does it. Like being flammable and inflammable, right? Don't they mean the same thing in America, maybe? Inflammable? Or am I just spouting bullshit? Inflammable. Catches fire and burns easily. Yep. Flammable meaning capable of easily setting on fire and burning rapidly. Why those two words mean the same thing, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. What's the word for when you aren't flammable then? Because it's not inflammable. Unflammable? English is a mess. English is a mess. Warhammer is a very time-consuming hobby, so very fair. And very costly. It's not cheap to get into Warhammer. But hey, respect. Today, everybody, we'll play...
You're back.
Dolly Whiskers. Welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday, Dolly Whiskers.
You're back.
Lud Pengu. Welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday, Dolly Whiskers. And thanks so much for rating us after the fact. I feel very privileged. Pengu, how are you doing? Are you well? NCR, Redeem Stretch. Oh, NCR, I went to the gym again today. Why you do this to me? Ow. This is why. Oh, this is why I needed a nap today. I expended all of my energy doing barely anything at the gym. I was tapped out after like half an hour. It's lovely, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully Chumpkin got you some good presents. Hello, Red. That's a nice emote. Thanks for the 30 bits. I always forget about the new bit channel point redeem things. It's nice to see. I hope your week is going well, Red. Currently at work, so I'll be lurking. Are you having a good evening? I am Pengu. Another gamble all. Damn. Nobody's got any points today. But don't worry. You're all winners in my heart. And really, that's worth a million K points. Right? Right, everybody? Right? Okay, let me open up the game before you guys get the chance to answer and deflate my ego. Corn is big in Final Fantasy XIV right now. Is there like a stock market in Final Fantasy? Friend worked hard. I'm not in the community, so the references are lost on me. And I like corn. I've not had corn for a long time, actually. I should buy some corn. That would be delicious. Hope you're doing well, Bats? I am doing well. I'm about to play some Tavern Talk. It's a good game. You gotta be in the right mood for it, you know. One of those, you just talk a whole lot kind of streams. But I'm known for it, so it's fine. There's a player market board, but corn is the thing because the new expansion just launched has a corn NPC. What? Travels to each area and has a quest feeding people. What? Is it the Green Giant? Green Giant. Sweet corn? Sweet corn? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. Yeah, both these are the same. Right. Okay, so this is our third stream of Tavern Talk. We are midway through Act 2. Nothing crazy's happened yet, except for stars falling out of the sky and crushing a nearby town. But you know, that seems to be like everyday adventurous stuff. Otherwise, we're still meeting new people. Literally a corn cob that talks. I love it. I love it. Sounds like a VTuber, to be honest. Oh? Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Melee. Good morning, Blaze. What have you both been up to today? I need to remember everybody's voices, so if they're not quite right, please forgive me. And also, please forgive me on Melly's voice in particular, because A, I can't do girl voices very well, and B, I can't do child voices very well. So, I'm a bit lost. So, the voice I gave her is heavily congested. She's got a serious cold all the time. And just kind of stumbles through her words. What have you both been up to today? Oh, you know, dilly-dallying and such. I was not dilly-dallying. Oh yeah, also Blaze is Batman. It's a cool cat of Batman. Yeah, exactly. You've been here before, Millenoir. 97. Hello. How are you doing? Dean Michael, it's good to see you too. Good day, good sir. Sorry I dropped off last night. How much did you reach and chat together in the end? I didn't get further than my second attempt. We got to whatever you took a screenshot of, and then we managed to get back there once, but then I immediately fell off. Immediately. And I was like, this is infuriating. It was a good time. In anime, little characters can have deep voices. That's true. Yeah, that's true. But still, a lot of my deep voices have been taken already by Blaze and the crew. Hello, Sleepless. Of course, Mr. Bant starts streaming the Sekko crawl into shower. I'm sorry, Sleepless. Actual dream team right here. Oh,
proliferate.
Speaking of the dream team, Cerulean Hills and Co. have raided us. Welcome in, Saru. How is your...
You have returned.
Oh, wait. Huh? 32 months.
Ah, you're back.
Can't wait, there's too much going on right now. What is... Slow down. Slow down. Everyone just chill. Okay, where were we? Classic serious character equals Batman. I do that. Yeah. Well, he blazes Batman. 32 months though, Sarah. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. That means the world to me. And then a story time from Pengu and Captain Orca has returned to us. Hello, Captain Orca. It's lovely to see you again. Okay, many alerts. I think we got through them all. How was your Just Chatting stream? I, truthfully, came in for like 15-20 minutes and then I fell asleep. I just fell asleep. I had a nap. But I was there. I was there until I started streaming. Jump scare, sorry, I ended stream before I realized. Put you to sleep? In a sense. I was already tired. I was very tired. So just having, like, people chatting away helped with that. That's like opposite day. Yeah. How the turns table. What's this story time? Loot Pengu. By young Pueblo. I do not wish to change the past. It made me who I am today. Only want to learn from it and live in a new way. That's a very short comment. Pengu, what's that from? Is it from a longer story you wish me to read? Gotcha, hope you had a solid nap then. Yeah. I wasn't grouchy when I woke up, so I'd say that was a good enough nap.
Ah, you're back.
Welcome back, Robson. Again. It's a short self-love poem. Oh. In that case, I can do it again. I don't know if I pronounced the name correctly, though. By young Pueblo. I do not wish to change the past. It made me who I am today. Only want to learn from it and live in a new. There you go. You clip it, highlight it, do what you like with it. Hot tea. Hot tea. Don't ruin the voice. Turned into just chatting stream because someone I used to know a long time ago popped in and said hi. Yeah. It was Little Bunny? Bunny something? I've already forgotten their name. They changed their name. Oh, I fell asleep. But I'm glad you had a nice stream. Try to find the longer ones, but I'm at work, so I can't be on my phone looking for it. It's okay. It's okay, Pink. Please focus on your work and don't get in trouble. Okay? I'm glad that you're here, but retain that job. Hot tea. Yeah, hot tea. This hottie has a hot tea. No, it is still very hot. It's very hot. No love like self-love. Unless it's self-says, then that's got another stream. Oh no. Yeah, maybe not on Twitch. Kamikiri. Welcome in. Lovely to see you again. How are you doing? All bad eat hard. I do. To be fair, I think I'm very lucky when it comes to sleeping. I rarely have a bad night's sleep. I'm very fortunate in that regard. But sometimes I do just need a little power nap as well to get through. It's amazing you even remember. That's kind of you. Me? I mean, I don't know. Is fine, I guess. Doing really good. Today I signed my first working contract. Super exciting. Oh, congratulations. I hope it's a good one and your dreams come true. Made some black bean soup and it came out so good despite the fact that it looked like it triggered Geiger counter. Oh no.
You're back.
Radioactive. The endless shadows has returned. Welcome back, Shadows. It's good to have you. Power ups are great. Also, congrats. That's amazing. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. We love being able to live through working hard. Hopefully they pay you enough. Hey Bats. Hey Shadows. Hello Shadows, I'm scared. Help me, Daddy. You'll be fine. Look, there's plenty of light around. Just avoid that shadowy place over there, Simba. You must never go there. James Earl Jones will always have me beat. Is the background music from the game? It is. It is. It's nice and calm, isn't it? I should probably get back to it. Anywho, welcome to Tavern Talk, everybody. It's not dilly-dallying. It was. It goes well with brooding. Sounds like a wonderful morning. Can I offer you both something to drink in these early hours? Yes, please. Can you make me something smart and sparkly? Can do. Smart and sparkly. Wait a minute. Did I never play this game with a controller? I don't think I did, you know. Maybe we'll try. Water? I have water. There's some water. Water? Gotta make sure you're drinking your water. Perhaps I should make a character obnoxiously British if we meet anybody new in this game. Immediately everybody unfollows. That's you can't play a reading game if you're not hydrating your vocal cords. You're very true. You're very true. You're very right. What you say is true. Obnoxiously British. What? I can hear it. I can hear you, Seru, in my mind. Get out. Or at the very least, pay some rent whilst you're there. Are you calling me out like that? Yeah, Sarah, I think you do great in this game. I think having you do some voices would be amazing. That'd be such an awesome addition. Let's do Sparkling Nebula. In recipe. You do some accents from other countries that do not speak English. That's a good question. And the answer is likely no. Bottle of water. Yeah, well, yeah, that's Americans trying to be British. It's their go-to. So we go with one of these. Glass is empty. But this, I'm not sure how I feel about the controller, to be honest. We'll do that. And then it's this one, Charisma. Blub, 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 blub. Sparkling Nebula. Ooh. Why did I just get an achievement? Okay. Hold B to use sponge? Oh. I didn't know you could do that. Finish drink. That does a good Russian. I suppose. But it's English. Like, I can't speak Russian. I did not play nearly enough Counter-Strike to learn Russian. But I did roleplay a Russian Dungeons and Dragons character for a few years. So I did try a little with that. I disagree, Saru. I think your style of voice would lend well and juxtapose my own. It would give variety. Certainly. A few years? Yeah, well, I mean, not constantly. But I played that character for a few years. That's very unfortunate. I don't know what that was supposed to be. It kind of slipped into Russian a little bit. A fresh brew of smart sparkles. Thank you, this is just the right amount of sparkle. Happy to hear that. Blaze, what can I get you? No, I'm slipping into vampire now. No. Alright. So, has the cape found its way back home yet? No. The vampire is thankful, if melancholic. It seems to have awakened memories of old woe. Is he pretty excited to be? Should be. It fits him well. Almost like it was made for him. Great Tim Curry, Command and Conqueror? Oh, Tim Curry. What a fucking legend. Everybody loves Tim Curry. I rate my voice, I'd be a clumsy butler or waiter. Wait, if I would rate my voice, I would be a clumsy butler or waiter. I'm sure you have a lovely voice, Kamikari. B-moving acting, it may be. It's the best damn B-movie around. Oh, yeah. I'll go to the one place that capitalism can't get me. Spice! What a fucking legend. He's so sultry. He's always such sexy, sexy characters. Like that oil spill. He plays an oil spill in Fern Gully. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if anyone else has seen Fern Gully, but Tim Curry makes it. I was very interested in seeing a vampire in person. His fangs were shorter than I thought they would be. I expected him to be the size of a colossal saber-toothed tiger's fangs, but they were much tinier. A common misconception. Where did you find him? At the local Gaia temple. They got split in the middle by a fallen star. That sounds morbidly interesting. It was. I overheard some priests say they're thinking about rebuilding the temple around it because it looks kind of cool. And people like distinct temples. They do. Just realized Blaze's scarf is kind of frozen in place? Huh. I think legit reason for that may be because he is like an air person. Yeah, kin, air echo. So maybe he has total control of the things that he wears, being an air person. Sort of like an air genasi. Scarf is too busy brooding to be affected by physics. If only I could have such brooding powers. The vampire was traveling with a really nice dwarf and the holy woman of Cassiopeia. They were asking around to see if the priest knew anything about the star rain. Did they? No, I could have told them that 2 days ago. But while we were sneaking around and listening in, we overheard the strangest conversation. Turns out Anesthesia, that's the cleric's name, found out that one of the priests was actually a wobbling ooze in disguise. Scandalous. I know, right? But in the end, it was all okay. The others forgave him, and he promised to try and become a real priest. Apparently, he really loves the humidity in the temple. They all hugged and everything. It was very sweet. I was really happy we could see them from the shadows. We? Me and the mysterious and quiet Blaze. He's my new associate. Such thing. It's great to see you two working together so closely. You make a great duo. We are not a duo. Deco! How did you find the right moment to give Kyle his cape between all of those heightened emotions? We didn't. She got caught. I thought one of the pillars would be big enough to hide behind, but it wasn't. It wasn't a pillar. It was a tall vase. I felt very well hidden when Alethea suddenly asked me if I wanted to stop hiding now. She was paying a lot of attention. I think she noticed me from the very beginning. Did we ever determine what you, the tavern keeper, are? No. No, not as of yet. Though we seem to have ties that go beyond the tavern, as it was sort of implied. Now I'm kind of forgetting because it was like 2 weeks ago that it happened. That at the end of Act 1, when the stars fell from the sky, crushing nearby towns and locales, that we knew the bad guy because he sent us a letter being like, hey, take a look at this. So who knows? A bad boy, though, is a good answer. We will forever be Batterista, although he's not currently here on screen. Power of friendship and violence for the two of them. This is a fantastic duo. It's maybe my favorite duo so far. Very funny if you ended up a Mind Flayer. God. This is not Baldur's Gate. She's so cool and smart. I don't know if that happens in Baldur's Gate. That's just, you know, Mind Flayers are in that game. Did you ask about her investigation? I did, but she said it was too early to share any insights. Even when I kept asking, she wouldn't budge. So I asked Master Smith Frostgrip to tell me more about the temple's architecture instead. Did you know that its altar was built from a 1,000-year-old oak? I'll head into a dark dungeon in Elden Ring now. Wish me luck. Good luck, Kanikiri. You've got this. Prefer the hot warrior wolf mummy? You want us to be a hot warrior wolf mummy, Robson? Oh, as in the duos. Gotcha, gotcha. I didn't. That's fascinating. It is. She also told me I have to work on my stealth. That being small isn't going to be enough. I think she knows from experience. Better not tell her that. Better not. So, are you going to work on it? Yes. Blaze is going to show me the ropes. Is he now? She'll get herself killed otherwise. That's a very dramatic way to look at things. But also very nice of you. So, would you say your investigation was a success? Kind of. We got to see how clueless the other investigators are and returned the cape to Mr. Vampire. But we didn't find out anything new about the stars. And I didn't even get to see any monsters. I was hoping maybe someone would have fallen from the astral sea and I could have studied them. A dangerous, if very exciting dream. Mostly a foolish one. You think so? Have you met monsters before? What guys? Do you have favorites? What was the first one you ever met? Did you try to eat you or be your friend? Of course I've encountered monsters before. They've been a part of my life for many years.
Take a deep breath, drink water.
Killeth kill. Thank you for the hydrate. You may be able to tell, but I've got a little horse. Nay. Thanks, Gillith. Blaze's voice definitely reminds me of someone, besides Bats, of course. I don't know. Batman? Probably Batman. And hello, Gillith. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. The shadows are full of them. Really? That's scary. Of course it is. So the first monster you ever saw were shadow monsters? No. They were much worse than that. What is it? Can I have a drink after all? The words aren't flowing easily. Of course, same as last time. Yes. Christian Bale Batman, to be precise. Yeah. I actually really didn't like Christian Bale's Batman. So it's probably one of my least favorite parts of that Batman trilogy. Everything else about him I like, though. Oh, that's probably an unpopular opinion. Kevin Conroy or bust. Really, for me. Rest in peace, Kevin. What a bro. Hello, Kenneth. I was staying hydrated as well. Yeah, actually, good point. Make sure all of you are drinking water too. It's good for you. Probably Hifumi. Wait. Who voiced Hifumi in your Danganronpa playthrough? So, okay, yes, I'm good at drinking water, mostly. Good. Good. Just sounds like it hurts to talk like that for hours. Well, I've not had to talk like that for hours yet, but so far I don't feel anything. Although I have lots of tea and water, so it'll be fine, I'm sure. Certainly dislike Batman in the Batman trilogy. That wasn't a big part of it or anything. That's... Hello. Yeah, I mean... I just thought it was fine, you know? Not very exciting. Not very Bruce Wayne. Just... But the movies were great. The movies were awesome. Loved them. But Christian Bale was like, take it or leave it. Kevin really did an incredible Batman. He was the best. He was the best. I have a cameo from Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy, for those that don't know, is the animated Batman voice. He did plenty of video games and things. But the One Heart Heroes from way back when got me a cameo from him, telling me to, like, you know, follow my dream, keep going with the voice acting. You've got this. It's awesome. It's awesome. I've only watched it a couple times because it does nearly make me cry each time I watch it. But I think now I've probably built a resistance to it. Robson voiced Tafumi in a very iconic manner. Very deep, very sultry, very sexy voice that you must have there, Stuvenheimer. May have forgot my /s. It's fine, it was implied, I got it. You haven't watched any Batman thingies? Killeth. Killeth. You're missing out. So good. Also, Best Joker. Mark Hamill. Or Heath Ledger. Both very good. Got nearly banned for less. You're fine. Les, you've been here long enough. You're totally fine. I can sense the oozing sarcasm. So fucking sweet. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? Do you guys want to see it? If not, that's fine. I know it is a bit of a... It's a bit of a takeaway from the stream itself, but it is cool. How long is it even? I think it's quite long. Show? Okay, hold on. Where did I put it? There it is. Right, let me just see how long it is first. It's 6 minutes. Bloody hell. Trainer's already been derailed? You're right. You're so right. Okay, hold on. Boop. It will just be playing out of my media player. There we go. There he is. There's the man himself. So that's Batman, as you might be able to tell from the awesome animated Batman in the background. Off on a tangent we go. I know. Listen. Ever since becoming friends with Seru, the tangents have increased exponentially on this stream. I'm sure there's a connection. All right, okay. Strap in, everybody. It's 6 minutes long.
Happy birthday, Dan.
It's
This
me.
is Batman, calling you from the library of Wayne Manor. Wade and Cody wanted me to send you this shout out. So this is for you. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. And remember, Dan, you will always be one of the heroes.
Oh,
Okay, now this is Kevin.
hi,
Happy
Kevin.
birthday, Dan. You know, the fun thing about doing this role, which I've been doing for 30 years, isn't that wild? I know you want to get into voiceovers. This doesn't happen. Let me tell you, getting a job that lasts 30 years is really, really bizarre.
Yep.
I'm just so lucky to have found it. But one of the aspects of it I never anticipated and that I really enjoy is this interaction I get to have with the audience, because the Batman fans are amazing. They're so passionate about the character. And there's a really unique connection people have with Batman. It's like an intimacy. And it doesn't exist for any of the other superheroes. And my feeling is that's true because of all the superheroes, he's the only one who's not a superhero. He doesn't have any superpowers. He can't fly. He can't see through walls. He's a man. He's a human being. He's like you and me. So people feel a connection to him that they don't feel to.
Just gotta turn the music off in the game. Just a second. Because the music is louder in game than his voice. Shh, 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 shh. Okay, it's fine. We're back to it. Sorry, Kevin.
The other superheroes. But not only is he human, he's a very flawed human. And he knows he's flawed. He's been damaged by life. But Dan, we all are flawed and we all get beat up by life. So it makes him that much more relatable. But what distinguishes him is that no matter what life throws at him, no matter what crisis or difficulty or failure,
Meanwhile,
he doesn't let it defeat him. He doesn't
You know
let
what,
it
I'll
make
just let
him
him speak.
bitter. He takes the challenges of life and he turns them around. And he gives them back to the world as love. Because his whole mission is to leave the world better than he found it. It's really that simple. He knows he'll never wipe out all the crime in the world. That would be impossible. But he can leave the world better than he found it. And that's what people admire so much about him. But what they relate to about him is his humanity, are his flaws. That's exactly what people connect to. And the fact that he overcomes his own personal flaws to try and help the world. That's something we can all aspire to, because you don't have to have superpowers to want to give to your family, your community, to leave the world a better place. All you have to do is care, to want to. And these days, with all the craziness going on, the coronavirus, the lockdown, all the political nonsense, I mean, it's nuts. Everybody's under so much stress, we need each other more than ever. Because we're all we have. Because, Dan, everybody gets beat up by life. Everybody faces challenges. Everyone faces crisis at one time or another, failure at one time or another. Everyone stumbles.
We'll just say, think through this. Kevin Conroy, whilst doing these cameos where he's making these inspiring speeches, is battling through terminal intestinal cancer. And he's like, everyone gets knocked down, but we just keep going. Fuck cancer, man.
It's not about how you stumble. That's not what defines you, because everybody stumbles. It's about how you get back up. That's what defines you. How you recover, how you get back in the game, how you contribute. So never stop believing in yourself, Dan. Never stop believing in yourself, because you are your own best advocate. Now, I know you want to get in the voiceover business.
I'm in there.
My experience was really bizarre. There are many ways in. The thing you have going for you is that they are always looking for new voices, literally. They always want new voices. The thing going against you is that now everybody wants to do it. It used to be a small group of actors who sort of specialized in it. Then they opened that up. And now everybody wants to do voiceovers. So the competition's insane. But they are always looking for new people. They always want new sounds. So that's going for you. The biggest advice I would give is people tend to think that voiceover acting is about making funny voices. It's so much more than that. What it really is it's acting. It's creating a whole character, a whole person, and only having your voice to do it. When I got Batman, I just immersed myself in the character, in the audition, and used my imagination I thought of that child watching his parents being murdered in front of him in that alley. I thought, what would that do to a person? Where would that person go? And it just led me to this very dark, brooding, painful place. And that sound came out, and they hired me. They'd seen hundreds of people. That was just the right choice to make that day. Acting is all about choices. All about choices. Think about the thousands of ways you can say, I love you. 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 I mean, it's all about choice, right? Acting is about choices. But voiceover acting is acting. So any kind of acting group you can get with, acting class you can get with, any kind of programs like that, to develop that muscle. So good luck. And with friends like Wade and Cody behind you, Wade and Cody behind you, you'll do great. So happy birthday. And remember, it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you. Take care.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Oop. Yeah, it means a lot to me. What an absolute hero, right? Wade and Cody, very good friends to get that done for one of my birthdays. What an incredible, incredible idea. I was always too nervous to like reach out and be like, oh, you did a cameo for me, thanks so much. And then like a few months later he died. I was like, oh, that fucking sucks, missed my chance. But yeah, there it is, there's that tangent done. But what an awesome dude. Wish I could watch this for hours, for real. Never know I wanted to hear Kevin talk about the industry. It's made my day. I'm glad, Red. I'm glad I could do my part. Hello, Harry. It's good to have you. God, people think it's a TikTok now. Was it a Vine? Was it just a YouTube video from very long ago? Yeah, the title is a very, very old reference. They were showing that, Bats? Yeah. I mean, it's going to be saved on any computer that I have until I die, probably. Means a lot to me. I got Batman rooting me on. Yeah. I don't think I've done too badly so far. It's very old school voice acting advice. You know. Little V, big A is what they say. That you need to focus on the acting side, but the industry's sort of changing a bit. That's not so much... Well, it is true still. But it's not as true as it once was. Especially with Twitch. Sorry, bitch, how dare you make me feel things. Sorry, Millenor. That was a roller coaster of emotions I wasn't expecting out of. I'm so glad I was here for that. Thank you for sharing. My pleasure. My pleasure. You can imagine how I felt when I first listened to it. And why I've only listened to it a handful of times. It's a bit too much. It's a bit too much for me. Can't handle it. Didn't have to share such a personal video. Thank you for choosing to do that. No, it's fine. That's alright. That's why Kevin Conroy is the best Batman out there. Well, not Not just that reason. But he won a lot of brownie points with me that day. A full body goosebumps, and now my computer screen is blurry. I'm a huge DC Comics fan, like a 40-plus woman with comic decals on my car. Thank you for sharing. Oh, cheeky geeky, I had no idea. I'm really glad that this touched so many of you as much as it did me. I'm sorry that I gut punched you all with this emotional video. But I'd do it again. I'd do it again. Can't stop me. I'm coming for you. Kevin is unironically one of the best Batman of all time. VA or live action. And as a hero, for sure. Let's make me cry myself to sleep, Father. White Lily, hello. Okay. Alright. Now we've got some voice acting inspiration. We can continue on with this game. Right, everybody? Right? Or do we need some more moments to cry? Do we need to take a break? Do we need to just go get some tissues? Or a glass of water or something? Hi, Mel. Hi, Mel. How's it going? Go ahead. All right. Okay.
Take a deep breath, drink water.
Thank you, Millenoir. I'm all out of tea. What a beautiful moment. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I'm glad I could share it with you guys. My daughter says hi. Hello, Hannah? I'm assuming? Oh, Red, thanks for the 30 bits. The exclamation mark sharks are crying an ocean. Oh. Okay, well, let's move on, shall we? Let's not get bogged down in it. Let's see if I can find something sweetly charismatic. Okay. Sweetly charismatic. Spoken heart. Yeah, he's a great dude. He's a great dude. I'm honored to be able to share any sort of similarities with our names or the character that he played and this Twitch channel. Spatsy. I don't know. Even remotely being similar. A drink, just for you. Thanks. How is it? Fine. That means it's perfect. So, where was I? Right. Shadow monsters. That was the best birthday present ever. Second best birthday present. How are you, Bats? I'm well. How are you, Harry? Thanks for asking. My tummy hurts a little bit. That's because I went to the gym today. I did some core exercises. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow. But otherwise, I'm good. Had a little nap before stream. And now we're drinking tea and water and serving drinks to some fine folks. So, where was I? Right. Shadow monsters. Back when I was younger, I just joined the Shadow Banes and was eager to prove myself. It's said there are great riches far in the depths of the Gravelmuck, a dangerous mountain range in eastern Fizoa. Probably Fizoa. Hidden treasure troves full of precious gems and gold. And some debts. Hoping to find some jewels, I made my way there, to the darkest of its crevices.
Guarding its depths were creatures no one would ever choose to face. Bleak stalkers straight from the Twilight Chasm. Hideous creatures that have every right to be associated with the Nightmare Realm. They typically feed on rocks and gems, but they seem to think bones have the same general consistency. I wasn't able to harm them with my moves, so I distracted them with some of the gems I had managed to pocket earlier. It was a close call. I will never forget their twisted antlers and beak-like snouts.
That is so kind of cute.
They were not cute.
If you say so, maybe one day I'll cut them.
But you never will.
No thanks. Another achievement, the Beast. Kaelin. I forget her voice, it's been too long. I'm amazing I officially have a BA Honours. Whoa, that's amazing. Congratulations, Harry. You did it. You're done. You've finished. That's really, really good. You've worked so hard for it. So I'm super proud of you. What the hell was your voice? I look at other characters, maybe that'll jog my memory. Melly down here. I think she had a similar voice to the orc in Coffee Talk. An orcish woman. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mel. And Cheeky Geeky. Welcome back, Kellen. Are you alright? Yeah, of course. You want a drink? Yeah. Give me something strong, please. No watered down muck. Got it. No watered down muck. It's nice to dress up and see my mates again, I bet. Now, what are your plans next, if I may ask? You gonna go for a master's degree? Or jump into the world of work at first? Strong and with 0 water. Just how you like it. Thanks. Needed that. You're welcome. Say, Inkeep, you got room in your neat little book full of recipes for one more drink? Sure. Got one for me? You bet. It's what my baba used to drink back in the day. My adventurer reminded me of it. Sailor's Courage. Oh, it's the one I'm on. Okay. I love the glass. That looks sick. The Sailor's Courage gives even the driest landlubber the qualities of a good sailor. A lot of strength, a dash of defense, a shot of charisma, and the inability to know fear. A perfect all-rounder. Well, almost. Who needs common sense anyway? Spinach not included. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated than Southern Brawler, but it still maxes out strength. Actually, it's the exact same as Southern Brawler, but with just a touch more dexterity. Gotcha. That little kitty one is so cute. She's adorable. I Yeah, I can certainly see you voicing, what was her name again? Millie? Melly. See you voicing Melly, Killeth. If you ever played this game, or wanted to play this game. Masters, if they get enough people to run it, I will be on it. Audio and music production, nice. That was my degree. Vance, have you heard of Focusrite? I have a Focusrite Solo right in front of me. There is the mommy. Yes. Yes. Welcome back, Robson. We have your attention once more. Is there something going on with Focusrite? Any tea to be spilled? Thank you, Callan.
Why are you so sad?
I ain't sad.
But you look sad, and you sound sad. I think people look worried, probably because you're sad.
I am worried. Don't be. Too late. Like I said, I ain't sad. Not really. More. I'm not sure. My chest feels tight and I feel lightheaded. Maybe I'm dying.
Those are all side effects of being sad.
Who are you anyway?
I'm Melly, the world's greatest detective.
I'm Carolyn. Who's that punk next to you?
That's my sticky assistant.
You got a name?
Malachite.
That's a cool name.
So, I would like to detect why you're sad.
Likewise. Does it have to do with that wyvern chimera whose saliva you are hunting for?
You made a chimera?
No, wyvern chimera. Yeah.
That's so cool. Why? How? You're alive.
Sure am. Do you remember that forgetful vampire, Millie?
Of course.
He put out a quest for chimera saliva. He thinks it may be able to produce a sunscreen strong enough for him to walk in the daylight once more. Kellen was brave enough to pick up his quest.
Whoa, that's amazing. How would you even get the survivor of a guardian?
By killing it. Oh dear.
Oh.
He's in the kitchen for 2 minutes. Don't spill tea on the Focusrite. Yeah. Guy who made Focusrite got an honorary doctorate at my graduation today. So headquarters are in my uni town. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'd like that sunscreen, please. Well, I'm sure Millenoir can find a chimera, if one exists. And then we just need to slay it. A wyvern chimera with what? Not deadly enough already. I think it's a traditional sort of chimera. You know, lion head, dragon head, goat head type thing. Snake tail, maybe. But they've mentioned other type of chimeras that are less dangerous. Please get out, its son is evil. Well, would you like to tell us what happened? Is that really necessary? I think it might be good for you. And very interesting for us. You don't really want to disappoint Mally, do you?
Miss Carolyn, will you please tell me a story?
Fine.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to kill it. Seems like an extraordinarily blasphemous thing to do. For someone non-religious, you concern yourself an awful lot with it.
Just trying not to be a dick, that's all. Usually I got no trouble killing beasts, but maybe Baba would have lost it if I had told her I harmed a guardian. I think so, at least. Not like she'd ever fought any of them. But she had the natural ability to know when it would have been right to do so. I ain't got that kind of sense.
We'll see about that. How did the fight start?
On my way there, I changed my mind from fighting to sneaking. Thought if I was quiet enough and had the veil of the night on my side, I could just steal the saliva from right under its nose. Or maw. Drool quite a bit, that thing. But I didn't know my way around the Quagman Grove, and I wasn't as quiet as I should have been.
Oh, I know all about that. But you got a giant sword, so you were prepared, right?
Of course. Innkeeper here even hooked me up with some fire resistance. Came in handy. And the sword, well, was made for killing beasts. Even the good kind, I suppose.
Is it a magic sword?
Not sure. Doesn't do any magic tricks. But it's stronger than your average steel and can resist even the highest heat, even without practical potions. It used to belong to my grandma. She left it behind for me.
That sounds sweet.
Your parents gonna leave you anything?
No, they weren't expected to go, so they did think about it in time. But that's okay. I'll go find my own treasure.
I'm sure you will, kiddo.
So the Chimera noticed you.
Yeah, sly beast pretended to be asleep while I approached it with the bucket. When I tried to catch its saliva, it snapped at me. Would have taken my arm if I wasn't so tough. The ensuing fight was something else. Next to its dragon head, it sported a lion and a snake head. They fought me all at once with overwhelming ferocity. It was the fiercest enemy I've ever encountered, and even though its fire couldn't harm me, it took everything in me to best it. I may have defeated it in the end, but I felt honored to have fought such a formidable foe.
So you defeated her with your badass sword?
I did. This weapon really saved my skin. Dealing the final blow, it felt like my grandmother was holding my hand and guiding me towards victory. Or maybe I just imagined that.
Maybe. Maybe that doesn't matter. As long as it felt real.
Maybe. I even gave it a proper burial. It deserved an honorable send-off. I almost left the sword with it too, but it's too good of a weapon.
The dead don't need swords anyway.
Yeah. You know, I did achieve her dream. I saw her wife in Chimera, in the flesh. I fought it even, and then I killed it. Does that mean I killed her dream?
I think it means her sword saved you from dying. I'm sure that was a dream of hers too.
Possibly. But she would have found another way out of it, I'm sure. But she ain't here. So I thought maybe it was time I put her to rest as well. Left my goodbyes for her with the Chimera. Maybe it can pass them on.
May Tuat listen to your pleas.
May he find that much mercy in his cold, dead heart.
I made StarCraft 2 before they got... I'll catch up on chat. He is an ex-parody of Led Zeppelin back in their early days. Oh, I didn't know that. Romeo Surreal, how would you, a normal person in a normal world, kill one? Big rock. Big rock. Yep. It sleeps under a mountain. Drop a big rock like I'm in Wile E. Coyote. Your Kaelin voice makes for a good hard-boiled detective, Bats. Thank you. Thank you. She's grizzled. That's what she is. As would a hard-boiled detective, I suppose. Potato cannon? Good suggestion. It sounds like a very cool creature. I wonder if it's ever illustrated. Zero. Definitely. Yeah, it's a, as Milanoir says, it's a Greek creature of myth. Just look up Chimera, and it'll be one of the first things you see. It's going to be in loads of different games and stuff. In the game? Oh. I don't know, probably not. Is he dead, you think? Too hard, I mean.
I mean, he does reside over the spirit realm, and only the dead could go up there. So I must have died to have gotten dead too.
Well, he's always existed there. It's made to watch over the dead. He's a god after all. There's no clear consensus of what the great spirit dragon really is. A dead dragon. A god who could always control death from his very inception. A reflection of what we believe death to be. Death itself. He could be anything. What would you like him to be? What hopes do you have? I hope he's kind.
I hope so too.
Then, I think he's kind. Maybe we should follow his example. Are we to what? Are we this mythical dragon to what? Maybe we are. Just not Full Metal Alchemist chimeras? Oh god. Let's just leave that there. I don't think you're a Tuat, Bats. Thanks. Thank you for that. Ran right into that one. I am a bit of a Tuat, though. That's what heroes are for, right? Indeed. You're one of those, right, Kellen? So she doesn't really see herself as a hero, I guess?
Of course it is, eh?
I have to agree. You know what would be very heroic of her?
What?
If she brought the saliva to Kyle, the vampire. I'm sure his joy about finally being able to walk in the sun will be extraordinary. Too lazy to go yourself? My domain is merely my tavern. You're much more likely to run into him. Fine. Might as well. Need to get moving anyway.
You're leaving?
Nah, just need to move around. Any of you happen to know where I can find this vampire?
Last I saw him at the temple, the priests might know where he went.
I know where he wanted to go. I overheard him talking about it.
Care to share?
I want to trade it. The information, I mean.
For what?
Can you teach me how to use a great sword?
That's it? Sure thing. Right now?
Is right now okay?
I got the time. It might take you more than one lesson, though.
That's okay. I also got time.
It's a deal, then. I'll show you the basics, and you tell me where to find the vampire.
Yippee!
The small child wielding a greatsword trope is everywhere. It's everywhere. That is, if your assistant is alright with that.
Don't care. My circus, not my monkey.
Okay, kiddo. Let's go. Innkeep, can we use your front yard? Of course. Go wild. Will do.
Okay, so cute. It's okay? Okay. Are you coming too, Mal?
No. Stay here and have another drink.
Okay. You can join us later. I gotta wait to learn how to fight. It'll be so helpful for future adventures. Hey, Keeper, do you have any quests I could go on after this? To practice my sword and stealth skills.
Not yet, but I'm sure something will come in. Be patient. I promise I'll have a quest for you soon.
I can't wait. I'm going to destroy any challenge with witch, stealthiness, and giant swords.
I know you will.
But first I gotta practice. See you later.
Malachite's music theme is definitely the coolest. I like it all. Culture shock on hearing American friends say twat. Trust I give the cat the great sword. I'm sure nothing wrong could go wrong. Wait, I'm sure nothing could go wrong. Words difficult. English language hard. Kevin Conroy, guide me. I don't know how to read. She's got her shoes on the counter. I don't trust her. Nah, it's fine. We wouldn't even be able to see her otherwise. So small. Sneak attack with a greatsword sounds so cool, though. I like her ambition.
Naivete.
Some would call it optimism.
Waste of time. Illusions get you nowhere.
You would know.
Another drink, please. Same as before. Sweet and all.
Coming right up. Same as before. Wait, we can pet? Oh, we can pet Andu. Sparkly eyes. Cute. Okay. Sunny Breeze? Was it? Or was it a Spoken Heart? What did we give him? It's definitely one of these two, but he asked for the same thing. Does anyone remember if it was Sunny Breeze or Spoken Heart that we gave? Because he asked for the same. Earlier was Spoken Heart? Okay. Thank you. So I did not remember at all. Nope. Pop that right back down. Lovely. Some of your Malachite lines get swallowed by the mic. I will speak louder. Thank you for letting me know. Some sweet optimism for my most pessimistic customer. It is a very soft voice.
This is sweet enough to make me optimistic for future drinks.
Wow, I'm proud of myself here.
You should be.
So, Malachite.
Just leave me to my pondering.
Got it. Hey, man likes to be alone. I get it. It's been... Wait, there are 2 moons in this world? Fable's voice. First character of the game. Probably something similar to Faye. Hiya, Innkeep. So just kind of like higher pitched me? Hiya, Fable. I'm so happy to see the tavern looking healthy again. And you too. Yeah, that's about right. I'm sorry it took me so long to check in. That's alright. I hope the last 2 days weren't too hard on you.
No, not at all. I was just very busy. A bunch of the Ashen Grove's trees got knocked over, and I spent a lot of time rescuing and leading group therapy sessions with the local wildlife. And of course, I had to check in on all the nearby settlements too, see if they needed help with any damage after all of that.
Did Uncle Dragon make it?
Yes, the werewolf settlement took a bit of a hit, but everyone made it out okay. Mr. Dragon was making emergency soup when I arrived.
Cute.
I think he's a stress cooker.
It's very nice of you to check in with everyone.
I had to make sure everyone was okay. I used up a lot of my healing salves. That's what they're there for. I'm not happy I had to use them, but I'm glad I was prepared. May I request something?
Go ahead.
Do you maybe have a drink in your repertoire that could assist someone in a situation like mine?
I gotta check into my bedroom for today. Thanks for stream. Have a good night. Good night, Robs.
Take care. Sleep well.
And, yeah. Have a good one. 2 thumbs up.
Your drinks are powerful, like something that would make me tougher, while also replenishing my social energy.
Keep on bonking. Yes, that's a good line. Keep on bonking.
I think I'm all done with helping out now, but a drink like that would be a real game changer in case something like this happens again.
Don't think I have a recipe for that yet. But don't worry, I've already got an idea. 1,000 wins. But even without such a drink, I'm sure people were very thankful for your presence.
Well, they weren't mad about it, at least. Though I sort of feel like people aren't really as concerned as I thought they'd be. When I saw the stars fall, I thought for sure the world was going to end.
Yes, I recall.
You were right that it wouldn't, of course. But I thought that people would be a little more freaked out by the lack of a night sky. Everyone just seems to be okay with it. I asked one of my sisters about it and she said, "Who cares? Some wide-eyed adventurer will surely put them back at some point. Let's worry about replanting these tomatoes." I don't even know if you could put them back.
You can never put back what's lost.
But you can always replace it with something new.
I'm not sure that you can replace the stars, or if you should approach loss that way.
It's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't mind a bunch of trees up in the night sky for a change. That would be nice.
Right, but it still wouldn't be much nicer if things would just stay the same.
They never do.
I'm just happy everyone is okay.
Did you check on Kaelin yet? She should be hacking my terrace to pieces outside.
I did, outside, on your definitely not hacked up terrace. Just out of curiosity, do you own any wood glue? It was nice to see that she's okay too. I was a little worried she would just leave and never talk to me again. So it was nice watching her train Melly with so much enthusiasm, and to catch up a bit. That too. She tried to rope me into their greatsword training.
Did you accept?
I'm not really a sword kind of elf, but it was fun to watch her teach Melly. She's very sweet.
Indeed.
I was just relieved to see Kaelin doing all right. And she was relieved about Mr. Dragon.
And about you, I'm sure.
Maybe.
To celebrate our well-being, despite the absurdity of this world. How about a drink?
I would love a drink. Can I have something agile and swift? I still have to make my way back home later. I could use some speed for that.
I'm sure I'll find just the thing. Okay, what was the recipe she gave me? 1,000 wins. even though it's called 1,000 Winds, this is not the drink I need to be making right now. Swept up in the 1,000 winds, you become as charming and elusive as their elemental messengers. Somehow, that feels exactly like resting on a tropical island, enjoying a refreshing drink and pleasant company. Its airy swells are perfect for avoiding unwanted questions. Hey, Bats, how you doing? Hello, Tato Chip. Welcome back. I gotta get up early, sadly, so I shall also head off now then. Thanks for the stream, Bats. Thank you for being here, NCR. Have a wonderful night, okay? We must do Swift Strike, which I believe is the only one that we have which has 3 speed. Glug glug. And you know what? Let's give a bit to Andu. Wonder if something happens if we give some of all of them to Andu. Do we test it? It's not the right drink, has to be the recipe that fits. Alright, this is fine. Drink up, Andu. Delicious. Can we give Andu some of the treats above as well? The additions? Nothing happens. That's a shame. Andu? No. Oh, well, worth a try. Swiftly and quickly, your favorite drink.
Thank you. Your drinks are still the highlight of my day. He makes the best drinks, right?
Take a deep breath, drink water.
Who this? Endless Shadows. Thank you for the hydrate. It's good timing. I think I needed it.
There. Okay.
Really? Do you actually think that? Or is this a thing where you just don't want to be nice? People seem to do that a lot for some reason.
They taste good. As good as things can taste when you're, me.
Well said. Thank you.
By the way, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Fable. I'm an elf and a ranger, and I come here a lot.
They are also an incredibly courageous and capable hero.
That's not true. Not yet. I'm working on it. Being a hero, I mean.
Why?
Because I dream of adventure and all the wonderfully exciting things it can bring. I want to help people.
Why?
Well, why not?
I'm Malachite.
Oh, you're Mal. I mean, Malachite, obviously. Ellie just talked about her, Mal. She said they, or I guess you, are very cool and her new friend. She sounded very happy about it.
We're not friends. She just won't leave me alone.
Oh. Okay. Then why do you spend time with her if you don't like her? That sounds really mean.
She keeps following me.
And you take her along?
Not by choice.
I don't know you well enough to judge the truth behind all this. But I think you should be honest. With her and yourself. Honesty goes a long way. I also believe that thing in Zoford could be fixed with honesty as well.
You mean the missing familiar?
I heard several familiars are missing, actually. And I believe with so many mages and familiars present, someone is bound to know something. But maybe they're just scared to face possible consequences for their honesty.
Sounds like Zoford is going through an event full time. Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep an eye or two out for future developments.
Zoford isn't very far from here, is it?
Not too far. It's in eastern How did I pronounce this before? Was it Fezua?
Sure, Fezua. Fezua, I think was right. Fezua. And is, to my knowledge, the biggest harbour town the Republic has to offer. I can only recommend its many summer festivals. Very pretty fireworks. Why? Does it sound like something up your alley?
No, not mine. But Melina is seeking her first quest. Maybe this could be something for her. She needs to practice her skills outside of risk-free theory.
Good idea. I'll see if I can reserve it for her.
Sorry for asking, but first quest? I thought Melly just turned 10. Isn't that a bit young for quests?
No. I was a similar age when I ventured on my first quest.
The one with the horrifying nightmare creatures.
Yes.
Oh, that's sad.
No, that's cool.
Look at Malachite.
No, I think that's a little sad. Children shouldn't have to face such danger that early.
Why not? It's always there. Might as well confront them with it when they're young, so they can accept its existence in their lives.
That's an insane thing to say. Just because the world can be horrible doesn't mean we should confront children with that fact as early as we can. It's already bad enough that us grown-ups have to deal with it so much. Why should they just accept it if we can make the world a better place for them instead?
Fable's looking pissed. I don't blame her. I'm glad she's saying it as it is.
I mean, when you were on a quest with, and I quote, horrifying nightmare creatures, weren't you scared? Wouldn't you have preferred not to be alone?
It builds character.
A character that thinks we should put other kids in miserable situations. Sure did a lot of good for you there. Weren't your parents worried to death about you?
You got enough rumors to make a quest yet, Innkeeper?
Not yet. Give me another day. People are so busy talking about or ignoring all that star debris, they're losing sight of the important things. Like feeding me new information.
Is that very nutritious for you?
No, but it's fun.
In that case, the one I can provide in a day is running out. Unfortunately, the horrors of this world do not stop chasing me, nor anyone else. I shall take my leave.
Good luck.
See you around, with less horrors, I hope.
Lucanella! Good luck with stream, have fun. Blows a dozen kisses and dives out of the room. Oh, Lucanella, that's very sweet of you to say. But if you do need to head to bed, please do so. You don't gotta stick around for my benefits. It's lovely to have you here, though.
Now I'm worried.
About Malachite or Melly?
Both. Are you really going to send her on that quest?
If she wants to go, but I don't think you have to worry about it that much. Zoford is a beautiful city with a very low crime rate. I think she can handle a couple of rowdy familiars. And I doubt she'd be going alone.
I hope not. There's little worse than being alone when you're scared.
Very true.
Are you scared of anything?
Bad Yelp reviews. For fuck's sake.
I don't think you have to be scared of that. You make the best drinks in all of Asteria.
I think as long as you like my drinks, I'll be okay.
You've got my 5 stars in the bag.
I would ask what you're afraid of, but...
The answer would be everything?
Is it?
Yes, but I'm working on not letting my fear stop me. I might not be able to avoid feeling afraid, but I can always just do things when I'm scared. Rather than not at all. Maybe. That is still a terrifying thought. How do you handle situations you're afraid of?
I used to have a terrible habit of just walking away from the things that scared me, but with the right people by your side, staying becomes less of a crushing weight on your shoulders. You realize that even if things aren't perfectly comfortable, they are still worth experiencing.
That sounds lovely. I've never seen friends of yours around the tavern before. Maybe you should invite them over sometime.
Perhaps. Though one of my friends is sitting here right now.
Where? Wait, are they invisible? Oh, you mean me. That makes me really happy. Also makes me feel pretty bad about having to go back home.
Don't worry. Go home. Fix the many things that worry you. As long as you come back.
Always. I'll see you tomorrow, innkeeper.
See you tomorrow, my friend. That was lovely. That was very sweet. Another successful day. Act 2. Day 8. New Horizons. 4th of the Astral Moon. It's a rainy day. Another new character. Good mythical morning. Rhett? Link? Is that you? Feel like I should get Pengu to voice this guy. He'd do a great job. He seems quite energetic. Okay.
Good mythical morning.
It's well past noon.
It's still morning somewhere. Plus, a wizard doesn't care about things like time. Time's not only relative, but also flexible. Like a gummy worm. One time, I've actually tried breaking through the space-time continuum using a loophole through the primordial vortex.
And did it work?
No. But almost. I would have needed a drip of primordial sea to enhance the curvature, and that should have done it.
He's neither late nor is he early. No. He does sound a little bit like Sonic the Hedgehog, though, so he's probably quicker than most. But
Gotta go fast. No access to the primordial sea. Bummer.
I heard that's not very easy to get.
Theopractically, it is.
Theo, practically?
Practically in theory. Duh.
That makes sense. I get it.
You do?
No, actually.
That's to be expected. No offense, but you clearly aren't a wizard.
And who are you to judge that?
Now, you know, just a reputable wizard myself. Of course, I also have a magnificent wizard name, but you could call me X. No need to overcomplicate things.
Nice to meet you, Hex.
Nice to meet you too.
Just Innkeeper for now.
All right. Well then, Innkeeper, how about a super wheezy breezy drink for me?
Any flavors you might fancy?
Maybe something, something that'll make me focus more, and perhaps help me better understand the primordial vortex?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good voice, I think. That suits that character. We need brain drink, which is probably sparkling nebula. Oh. Tell you what, this is not a difficult game. Oh. Oh. I did too much. Pour it out. Did I do too much? I did do too much. We'll do 1, 2, and we'll do one more of this. This should boost your focus like nothing else.
Amazing! I can already feel the ideas cooking up. I think I figured out a way to get that primordial seawater to... never mind. The explanation would be too complex to grasp, so...
So... what complex reason brings you to my tavern, Hex?
Getting away from the other smartest person in Asteria.
And who would that be?
Does it matter?
You tell me.
My sister. She's studying and driving me crazy with all her theories. They're so reasonable, you know?
Oh. I have a feeling that Hex would be really into conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that's just what the government wants you to think. There's actually a shadow government controlling everything.
These are good characters.
No chaos. There has to be a bit of chaos in everything, doesn't there?
What do you make yourself snort? I didn't get away with that one then, did I? No. It was Hex, it wasn't me. The character came alive.
Potions in the water turning the friggin' frogs into princes.
Oh.
I wonder how she gets through life with so much structure.
Oh, wait. Structure is the key to everything, young lad. It's the mustache. It's the mustache does everything for this character. Without structure, there is no chaos, and thus there'd be no entropy. I've found... Oh, obnoxious British. Wait, yes? Yes to what I'm doing, or more obnoxious British? Need less enunciation. Wait, yes, more? I'm confused! I'm confused! What do you want me to do? He's clearly a normal man. Undead can't grow facial hair. The facial hair is moving, though. So perhaps it's a creature that has been stapled to the skull. Basically, unintelligible, obnoxious British accent. Oh, God. Missing out the T's, etc. Fuck. Okay. I found entropy to be quite essential in this world. But he looks so upper class. Look at that tall top hat. So maybe he can't have like such a common voice.
And you are?
I can't do it. I can't do it. You ever said disguise? No, he's upper class. Upper class it. We could make him like Ponzi, I guess. Oh, how rude of me. Top of the morning to lad, and to you, innkeeper, is it? Correct. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I'm... I suppose you may call me Scully, rather. Skelly's from another game, Hades, I think. My actual living name would be too ancient to be spoken out loud. I'm an archivist. Mel? Mel? Take notes. At least I used to be. Now I'm dead. Somewhat. Not completely, obviously. Under mysterious circumstances, I happen to be still conscious. Mel? Well, oh, Mel is alive. But Mel also wants to be an archivist. So, this character is an archivist. Need a Mulder now? It's too many characters. Too many characters, too many voices. I'm just one man. But one man. Growing a mustache now. Mustache equals archivist work.
So you're undead?
Precisely.
How?
Well, I passed on, and then one day I rose from my grave. It was like a long sleep, completely knackered for thousands of years. At least I believe it's been thousands of years. What year is it?
1755?
It is a fake mustache. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit me. Bloody hell. That's brutally long.
So how did you come back to life?
I'm not too sure myself. I woke up and walked on like nothing had happened. Thought to myself, might as well explore the world anew. Those who'd risen with me did seem to be inhabited by an independent consciousness. And alas, I didn't care. The back and forth between Hex and Scully. That's tough with these voices. Oh, the top hat grows over time and reaches Doug Dimmadome heights. Doug Dimmadome! What's the whole thing? Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, right?
Fuck. Those who'd risen with you?
There are more like you out there.
Of course, undead rarely rise alone. They mostly serve a master.
Right.
However, I decided not to bother with that and go my own way.
Going south, I passed through Zolford and found a small little town. A bit like this one, more nautical in style. They had a lot of fish. Oh, hence the hat and the tie.
I've never been a fan of seafood.
Though I got to listen to a lot of the town's gossip.
Care to fill me in on that Zolford gossip?
Well, apparently a well-known noble married a commoner and decided to run off with her,
leaving the family without an heir. But there's more.
Fishermen fear that Zolford has been cursed by a sea witch. Sort of going all over the place with them. Let me just have a quick look at... Oh my god. So many rumors. Take a look at this. Hex. Hexagon Hex. Half-elf, age 48. I guess for a half-elf, that's still really young. He, him, wizard. Background Zenith. Chaotic neutral. Arcana the Tower. Of course.
And we got Melly and Scully. There's so many characters. Scully, skeleton. Age, who knows? Pronouns he, him. Class is archivist. Background, Everbloom Archives. His Arcana is the magician. And also chaotic neutral. Scully is a Maida and the personification of a gentleman. And he's, well, dead. Or at least, he was dead for quite some time before he rose again. But contrary to his fellow undead, he returned conscious. Where was I? Chaotic neutral really makes sense. For both of them. Really. Yeah. And Hex reminds me of a character from Coffee Talk as well. I can't remember who it is. Remember them off the top of my head.
They say the docks are being haunted by lonely animals that stare blankly at the waves and the moon all night. And during the day, they disappear like ghosts.
Bit of a weird curse.
Fitting for any sea witch or wild sailor's tale. Innkeeper, say, do you have a drink for this undead fella?
A drink and a mop?
Just a drink. I won't be needing a mop.
If you say so. What would you like? Oh, mop because he doesn't have any organs. Makes sense.
Something that'll loosen up this non-existent tongue. Something full of charm and appeal.
Oh, he winked. Coming right up. New idol unlocked, working on being undead, BRB. So, some good characters in this game. We could do 1,000 Winds. Or Sunny Breeze. Or Spoken Heart. Because we have 3. We've never done 1,000 Winds. So why not? Let's give it a go. I actually don't know how to do this one. I'll stick a feather in. Oh. It'd be good if I actually pinned it. And then... Oh, right, yeah, okay. So it just gives us some free... free points, basically. So 2 of those, and then... It'd just be 2 of these now? Yeah. A real charmer, just for you. The drink looks lovely.
Jolly! I feel like I could conquer worlds with my words alone. Not that I would ever do that. I care more about words, not worlds. Archivist things, you know. I spent most of my life reading, sorting, and archiving. That didn't leave a lot of time for dreams of hubris.
Are you sure? Academic hubris is a powerful one.
Come on now. That time hardly counts.
Agreed. It's only natural. Oh, I think you've given me an idea, Bone Man.
Bone Man.
Bone Man. That's a name I've not heard for a very long time. I wonder what Bone Man's doing now.
I did.
Yeah. If I can enhance the aging process of cells, the incubation procedure could... Alright, I gotta go. If my sister asks if you've seen me, no you didn't. Thanks, bye.
Okay. I like Hex. I sort of dig the voice, but I'm glad he's gone. Now you must manifest your inner Bone Man. Clearly the way forward in your archivist career. Bone Man goals.
Energetic, energetic young fella.
Indeed.
If you don't mind, innkeeper, I'd like to linger here a bit and enjoy the moment.
Of course. It's sunset.
Hey, innkeep, how's it going?
Wait, did we get another? We did. Hex is a very impulsive wizard who loves chaos and everything unreasonable. He is one of the two smartest people in all of Asteria, with the other being his sister, who seems to be his complete opposite. Thanks to him, I also learned a new word, theopractically. It means practically, in theory. Wouldn't leave fingerprints on all documents, it'd be perfect. It's true. It might still get a bit dusty, though. I don't know. Do bones leave anything behind? I don't know. All fine and dandy. How about you, Fable?
I'm still very busy helping the farmers rebuild their barns and fences. Also, apparently a bunch have lost their crops due to how hot the stars were. It's terrible. Seeing all this destruction is terrible.
I've never seen anything like this before either. Historically, the Lady of the Gilded Sea never struck me as someone to unleash baneful omens. Apologies, my manners. It's impolite to burst into a conversation just like that. I'm Scully.
Fable?
Nice to meet you, Fable. Again, my apologies for the impulsivity.
Oh, that's all right. I was just surprised you could actually talk. Oh, no offense. I just thought, usually...
None taken. Usually, skeletons don't speak.
Yeah, usually.
Oh, usually. Bring it down. But hardly anything is usual these days.
I mean, the stars fell from the sky. Skeletons might as well speak. There are stranger things in this world.
There surely are. Like your drinks, innkeep. That one really gurgled in my bones.
So you already tried one?
Indeed.
Sometimes they do that. Could you also make me a drink, innkeeper? I don't want my bones to jingle, but something that enhances my finesse would be nice. You know, you have to be very delicate with zucchini seeds, so they'll give up immediately.
No, you don't. Courgettes, they're the toughest things around. Of course, coming right up. I've grown courgettes before. That's how tough they are. Yet again, another Swift Strike. Wish this girl would order something new. Little bit of that, and then a dash of blue. Zucchini must be beaten back with sticks lest they engulf the world. Ceramic Knights, welcome in. Are we not a fan of courgettes? I've not had courgettes for a long time. They're currently in season. I like them though. I hope this tastes refined enough.
This is perfect. You know, just what I need, innkeeper.
I need more water. I've been going too hard on the voices. Ooh, oh. Of course I do. After all, you're a regular. Of course I do. After all, you're my favorite regular. I'm a mayor of courgettes. taste, but I am in awe of their growing skills. Yeah, they do just keep on coming. One courgette plant will last you, I think, several months, and you'll get dozens of courgettes out of it. It's incredible. You know what? Let's say she's our favorite. Well, they're our favorite.
I am?
Yes.
And you're my favorite innkeeper.
That's sweet. Thank you, Fable. So, do you think your farm work will be done soon?
I hope so. Not that I don't like helping them out. I do. But I think the sooner everyone can get back to a normal life, the better.
Do you perhaps need a hand? I happen to have two. I might know a thing or two about crops and fences.
Sure. I could use some help carrying a few things over to the Trigaran. Trigaran?
Trigaran makes sense.
My treehouse is just around the corner.
Splendid. Sounds like quite a useful endeavor. I'll gladly indulge.
Thank you. Innkeep, before we go, I have something I wanted to give you.
What do you have for me, Fable?
Some dried honey flowers. The farmers didn't know how to thank me, so they gave me these flowers. And you're always so helpful and nice, so I wanted to share them with you. I'm sure you already have at least 4 ideas on how to use them.
Thank you very much, Fable. I'll make sure to put them to good use.
So you accept donations for ingredients?
Certainly. I can only get my hands on so many infusions myself.
What about recipes themselves?
It's always good to get more inspiration.
Wonderful. In my prior life, I had access to a lot of books about magic and potion mixing. I think I still recall my assistant's favorite recipe.
Do you store it under your hat?
Of course. Where else would I keep it?
Fair enough. Thank you for the recipe.
Innkeeper, thanks for being such a patient and pleasant host. I shall be on my way then, with Faber. But I'll be back. Should I not crumble into a pile of bones from one day to the next?
Let's hope not.
I won't. I'm just joking around.
Wink.
I hope I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. Anyways, Innkeeper, thank you so much. You're still the highlight of my day, no matter how dark the night. See you around. Let's go, Scully. No time to lose.
That's an interesting team-up between those two. I've not made any new quests recently. Oh. You're wearing a green cape. Green and gold this time. Huh. Although you weren't wearing a cape at all before, but you've changed your clothes, Kyle. There's so many rumors. Boom. 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 Okay, here we go. Alright, let's bring these characters back. They're covered in slime again. That I was able to witness such a rarity in my lifetime, immaculate.
Yeah, you would even get excited about a rusty nail.
Of course I would. Such a splendid chemical process.
Metals have a variety of chemical processes. Rust being my least favorite of them. Ruins lots of hard work.
Does it now?
Yep. Makes everything porous.
No. Time. Rhea, nice to see you both again. Likewise, dear innkeeper. How's your day been? I can't complain. I had some interesting customers today. Like that one distinguished gentleman who crossed us on our way in.
Distinguished, yeah. Gentleman. Don't know. A giant top hat doesn't make you a gentleman.
What makes you a gentleman?
Manners.
Yeah, he was quite polite, I recall. Greeted me with a tip of his hat.
You find everyone polite, even your slime.
But Mr. Slime is quite polite. What a peculiar wall clock you have there. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It looks just like the clock in Evelyn's living room. It reminds me of all the times I impatiently waited for her to come home after important meetings and banquets. Do you know if that is her clock by any chance?
I think that might be a story for another time. Let's not worry about it now, shall we? It is her clock, everybody.
Okay. Say, Innkeep, have you read that letter yet? That'd be a story I'd love to hear right now.
Not yet, no.
Tragic. I've always loved writing letters.
Innkeep, you got a drink for me? Something that'll make me tougher. So I can get through today's babbling.
Of course. Something to make her tougher. Frosted Lagoon? The snow. Wait. Let's read it. The snow. Like the sun reflecting off a frozen lake, the first snow makes you feel comfortable and safe, embracing you with its frosty taste in between hot chocolate and frozen glaciers. You'll find yourself well equipped to hike into the snowy mountains. Okay, let's do it. So we'll do, you know what? Gonna mix it up a bit. Oh, hold on. We actually need to use an infusion here. What would work? This would work. You could use some of those honey leaves, honey flowers, whatever. And then add... yeah. Look. Second one of those, and then a little bit of... this. And we go back. And you know what? May as well fill it up. Doesn't that look pretty? 2 layers of blue and a green, and then 2 more layers of blue. With a nice honey flower thing in the middle. Gorgeous. It actually snows in the glass. Adorable.
Now that's what I'm talking about. A gift of the great dragons.
Well, thank you. I gave it my best.
Can taste that. I feel sturdier already. I've had my doubts about you, Innkeep, but I must say, you know your job.
So, how has the day been for you two?
The usual.
Splendid. It was my first day in centuries out under the rays of the sun.
And how did you like it?
It's brighter than I thought. Light of the sun, I mean. Ray and I took a day trip to the capital, since I rarely get to see it full of daily life. There were so many people.
Too many.
Just the right amount for a city. It was so vivid, it almost made me feel alive. And everyone was able to admire my beautiful cape.
Is that the cape? The cape of...
invisibility. It absolutely is.
How curious. Does that mean you two are going to Beruvia now?
Why would we want to go there?
That was the deal. I hope you get your cape. So you can attend that fancy Beruvian vampire banquet. I give me gold's worth.
Oh, but I got that invitation about 500 years ago. Didn't I mention that?
No. What about me material then?
Well, I can give you the gold right now if you want. Can you accompany me a while longer though?
Fine. She is pissed.
Oh, wonderful. Every second I spend with you brings me tremendous joy.
Hello, I love the slime vampire. Hello, Goose. How are you doing, Lenu? And how did the rest of your stream go earlier today? Truth be told, I'm getting a little lightheaded from all of these voices going too hard. So I will end this day of Tavern Talk and then call it there. Unless something dramatic happens, we shall see. I do have work in the morning as well. But I do want to finish this day. So we got a little bit more left. What a great day to be a vampire. I've got my cape back and I can walk under the sun like mortals do. Say, innkeeper, what if you thought of a new drink? One that would taste just as incredible as the gentle and welcoming beams of sunlight feel on your skin. That's kind of a vague description, but I think I might have something in mind already. Ah, wonderful. I wonder if my dear Evelyn would desire to walk in sunlight as well. Do you know how she is doing? Do you think I could pay her a visit? You shouldn't. I should. The air smells like reconciliation. Do you think that's a good idea? It ain't. It is. Kyle, you've stolen her, your cape. Do you think she'll greet you with open arms? He'll know what I'll do if me ex-husband stole me a hammer. What? Take it and smash all he holds dear. No one takes what's mine. But the cape is mine. Is she of the same opinion, you think? No. Maybe you're right. It would be a shame to lose my cape again. All she'd have to do is ask. Oh, my undead Evelyn. I was playing SOT, and I was getting roasted by a 12-year-old who said that me old people say new stuff funny. Damn. Damn. Roasted. Destroyed. 12-year-olds be savage. There has never been a wish of hers I turned down. And I wouldn't to this day. I don't want that. Whatever you have with her, I'd lose me mind. Well, yeah, I know. How much I miss her. My heart is aching. If that's all. Maybe one day she'll reach out to me. I still miss her dearly. And I shall miss her even more, looking toward the mountain's peak, knowing she's merely a gasp away. Maybe a drink could help for now. We should do that. A drink for me. Of course. Something strong, please, dear innkeeper, so that my heart may stop aching soon. What a character. Something strong. Peak Sunrise. The Peak Sunrise is a sweet drink that feels like standing on a tall mountain's peak. While this drink focuses on intelligence, adventurers may feel infused with the confidence and agility it takes to climb their favorite mountain range. Unsurprisingly popular with climbers and boulderers. You have to shoot, have a good rest of the stream. No worries, Milanor. Catch you later, bud. Have a good one. Sailor's Courage? Yeah, let's do this one. This should work out just fine. But we gotta add something else to it. Maybe a chili? And then we add... and these... Now I gotta keep going. And then a little bit of this. Sailor's Courage. And we'll top it up with red. Ooh. 2 brand new drinks that we've never made before. I can't mend your broken heart, but perhaps this helps. It does. Thank you, dear innkeeper. Why don't you tell the innkeep more about your day? Right. I suppose I wasn't done yet. Where was I? Your trip to the capital. Busy streets, bustling with people. The roots. Roots? Roots. We admired the roots that enclosed the city, almost like a rampart. I finally had the chance to take a closer look. Quite fascinating. For once, gotta agree. Almost made me believe the myths are true. Myths? Myths. I've told you. Rumor has it. These are the roots of the Aether tree. Breaking through the surface and taking hold of Gaia, where they guard the capital. Oh, more rumors, okay. Ah, yes, a very good defense plan indeed. What is wood going to do to protect the city? Our city is protected with stone. Oh, I was never very involved in fortification efforts. I figured. No. Oh? We've also met the lovely Seraph again. How are her investigations coming along? Very well. She seems eager and determined, a detective spirit. Believe the lass made her way to Dolwell. She seems to be onto something. I can't wait to hear the story when she returns. Likewise. Say, Maria, can we go to town and check out the antiques dealer? No, why? I want to see if I can find any keepsakes from the old times. Very well then. You won't munch on the shopkeep, will ya? Of course not. I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. Alright then, let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. Whoa! Okay. You're a brand new one. I've never seen you before. And I've not even seen any, like, concept art of this character. Oh wait, we've unlocked more to Kyle. That's cool. Well met, adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me? Mint thee in the flesh.
Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It certainly has been a while.
Must be hitting that 15-year mark, right?
It'll be 25 years soon, actually.
Tattoos are awesome. And also, she's got 2 dog companions. Very cool. Ah, you know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade.
I'm well aware.
Although, is this voice similar to Jade's? No, Jade was more sarcastic, I think. This one could be like more sultry. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Good that you have me drop in from time to time to remind you.
I couldn't be more grateful. Especially when you bring Casket and Kane along.
Do cute service beasts still get a discount here?
Always. So, what's brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt.
No, I generally prefer something more...
moist?
Aha, not the word I would have used. but something akin to that. It's decidedly too arid around these parts for my tastes. And here I thought I would get to at least enjoy the recent downpour, but no. The stuff that came pouring down was unique. That should have been me. The stuff that came down from the downpour was unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another, and possibly more accurate. I think I gotta go pee. I'll be right back, everybody. You gonna listen to this nice, relaxing music while I will hit my break screen? Is this one? Yeah, be right back.
Hello. What is going on here? Various heists and duels and things. Nice. Ow, I just banged my heel on something. Ow. This lady's hot. I don't know what kind of voice to give her. She's too hot to be voiced by me. Oh no, Mel, you lost the duel. Oh, my poor foot. Really hurt. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I've recovered. Ooh. But I'm glad to see that your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was already quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair before. You're in a wheelchair? That's cool. Though the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But now, I'm afraid it wasn't possible to take in much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beast.
Proliferate.
Sphere raid? Rolling in. I just came back from a break. That was good timing. Hello, Nishi. Welcome in. Thank you for giving Nishi a shout out. A little to the left. Seen a few people playing A Little to the Left today. Is it on sale or something? Hello, Bunny. Hello, everybody else that came in. If you need to raid and run, please do so. Look after yourselves. Get some water, some food, go to bed. Whatever you need to do. If you don't need to do any of that, well, then we can make some drinks for you, I guess.
Our community grows.
Corey, right? Okay, no, I'm gonna fucking butcher this. Thank you for the follow. Kuri Ryusai. I'm so sorry. I appreciate it. I would not be upset if you decided to immediately unfollow as soon as I destroyed your name. Looks like Corey will be fine. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Added in my Steam games and thought, why not? I wonder why everyone's playing it then. I've seen at least 3 streamers, including yourself now, Nishi, play A Little to the Left today. Rising in popularity, I guess. It's wonderful to have you all here. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming myself. I do want to get to the end of this Tavern Talk day. Does have DLC? Maybe it's new? Potentially. Potentially. We're playing a bit of Tavern Talk, which is a, well, coffee talk style of game where you make drinks for people and talk to them. In this one, though, you also send them on quests and things. You know, fancy D&D style. It's very cute. There's a lot of like feminine characters in this, and that's not a strength of mine. I've run out. I guess I could do like California Girl, but there's no California Girls really in this game.
Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beast.
See, it just doesn't work because she seems too nice for that. She's just too nice, too sweet. Maybe Jade could have been like a California. Maybe. ridiculous French seems like the only real option. It's a good suggestion. I'm not confident in my ridiculous French enough, I don't think. Maybe Kafka from HSR Energy? Ooh. Maybe. Sultry, sexy, kind of mummy vibes. I get it. Make her Scottish? I already have a Scottish.
New subscriber arrives.
Bunny,
It fills you with determination.
thank you for gifting Corey a sub. You didn't need to do that. And only a couple of days ago, you gifted Streamlabs a sub as well. Well, enjoy those emotes, Corey, most of which were made by Bunny themselves. Streamlabs needed it? Kafka. You seem like a Kafka type of character, but also, I don't think I can do that voice. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beast. You've told me of your struggles with traveling before. I'm sorry to hear that recent events have made it worse. Oh, well, we're here now, aren't we? And I do have to say, using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. Quite the impressive work, my friend. I'm glad to hear that my little spells are doing their job. I hope the cities will put similar care into rebuilding the streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But, believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity in urban infrastructure. No, really? Shocking, right? I'm here on the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard of a few hushed whispers in my library. You're a librarian? Folks say the pearls appear in the Lonesome Lagoon this time of year. Ah, those again. Good hunting, then. Thank you. Though, while the pearls might be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, innkeeper. A good drink? No, my manuscript, darling. Hot librarian? Yeah. Seems like it. I wish to pet the doggy? There's two! I've forgotten what their names were. What was it? Casket and Cane. I believe 25 years should have been enough time to proofread it, yes? Oh. Of course. I finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. It just took me a while to recall doing so, you see. Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. Lovely. I'm glad I have such a reliable old friend to proofread my work. Yee. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey. That does it. She's my favorite sexy tattooed librarian and doggy mom. Yep. Yep, we don't have an entry for her yet, though. Which is a shame. I'll do my best. Yep. Great characters. What did you want? Brain juice. We could give her Peak Sunrise. We've not made this one yet. So let's do one of these crystals. And we'll add some purple juice. A little bit more. And then some swiftness. Ah, too much. Okay, got rid of too much. One swiftness. And then some... There we are. And we'll top it off with more purple. Done. Give dragon the boobs. I don't think we can pet the dragon. Oh no, we can. We can. I thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. I've missed this. Which dragon now? The little toad-like creature that was in the bottom left while we were making the drink. His name is Andu, and he is a bottomless pit. He will consume anything whatsoever. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. Sounds like my sister. Let me note this down really quick. Take your time. Yeah, it's a very pretty drink. So, while I enjoy your mixology, no matter what you put in front of me, I'd enjoy it even more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost half a century whilst my library came to be. Certainly. It should be just below this pile. No, wait. I must have put it over there, actually. All right. Given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover it. And I have some pearls to get to. So how about this? I'll return in around 7 days, and then I can tell you all about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My proofread manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, innkeeper. Likewise, Milthy. Have a safe and pearl-full journey. Ha, I'll try. Can't hunt my pearls? Mel. Please, keep it in your pants. 7 days should be enough to read a manuscript, right? I don't know. She did work 50 years on it. Okay. So we have parts of quests that can be thrown together. It's probably be best if I use my mouse here. Yep. Kellen's great-grand sword once belonged to her grandmother. Allegedly, it's a gift from the dragons themselves. Very impressive if true. Someone's looking for a familiar. Went missing recently. Soford's docks are a popular viewpoint for animals interested in nighttime vista. So we don't have 3 color-coded pieces right now. So they've increased the difficulty slightly on this. I actually need to figure it out. Strangers come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. Deep within the gravel mag hide long-lost treasures, terrifying black stalkers. The verdict is still out on their cuteness level. Capital is wrapped in roots protected by the divine, according to a myth as ancient as time. These are the roots of the Aether Tree. The usual amount of undead seem to be haunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This apparently poses a problem. So we got these three here for Zoford. There are a lot of people in Zoford. Someone is bound to know something about the missing familiars. What are they hiding? Slight unrest in Zoford. Rumor has it an archmage is looking for their familiar who went missing recently. Zoford's docks are a popular viewpoint for animals interested in nighttime vista. Actually, only Sea Witch can be responsible for this. Yeah, I think it's these three. They all reference Zoford. Banshee. Riverbanks of Shivermere hides the Mary Morgan, wrathful spirit prone to drowning men. No, that's fine. That's gotta be it. A scandal in Zoford. The lively port city of Zoford is known not only for its docks, but also for its large community of mages. Lately, there seems to be something mysterious going on there. The familiars of several archmages have gone missing and are nowhere to be found. But it's a big city. There must be someone who knows something. Could their disappearance be related to the tale of the Sea Witch who cursed Zoford's docks? Maybe? Okay, just the one. And that's the end of the day? There he is. That's Andu, the little dragon. Okay, I have to go to bed, unfortunately. I have work tomorrow. And, X's voice fucked me up. So I need a rest. That was fun. So thank you for the raid, Nishi. I apologize that I'm now pretty much going like 10 minutes later or so. Did I save? I did save. But it was a good time. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the stream, Matty. Loving Tap and Talk. Me too. Oh, wait. I still have the game music going. Yeah, we'll listen to that. If you do have a sub, you can copy and paste that message there if you would like a sub-raid message. I should probably change those emotes to the follower-only emotes, you know? So that anyone can use them. That would make sense. I might do that. Thank you for streaming all those voices. Hopefully they weren't too terrible. And thank you, Sarah, for the raid too. And for being here for so long after your stream. Ran late, so no big deal. Fair enough. Look at Streamlabs using emotes. Oh no, it's crazy. Just have a nice line for the non-subs. It's true. Could do that. But then, if I do change the emotes, Streamlabs would always be able to use them, you know? Even without a sub. So it could make sense, really. Okay, let's figure out who's on. Who is on? V's on. Lucanella is on. We have raided Lucanella like twice in a row. Right Big Chimkin is on. Playing Forza. Maybe too much of a change. Maybe we go over to V. Shay? Shay is a hard pivot in vibes. Love the dude. But we'll just go to V. I don't know how V's gonna be. Because she's playing Valkyria Chronicles 4, and I know last time she played that, she was not happy. So maybe we go and show our support. We go say hello, and maybe, hopefully, boost her spirits a bit. Cheer her on, so to speak. So let's do that. Let's go cheer on V, shall we? Roll the dice, spin the wheel, see where it takes us. Well, it's taken us here, because I need to go to bed. Good night, everybody. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you on Thursday for some Dave the Diver. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Alright. Take care, and ta-ta for now.